We have that the Nigerian police force in Abuja has expressed concerns over the rising number of abandoned babies in the federal capital territory. According to the police, the trend is largely due to men abandoning women after impregnating them. The police said last Saturday 2 new cases of abandoned babies were reported. According to the police spokesperson SP Josephine Ade in a statement on Sunday, the issue is not only prevalent in Abuja but across Nigeria. Child abandonment is a serious concern that affects many children worldwide. According to estimates, there are about 140 million orphans globally, and many more children are abandoned or neglected. The police spokesperson SP Ade, however, emphasized that men need to take responsibility for their actions and avoid unprotected sex or abstain from it if they are not ready to be fathers. The call to action is crucial in preventing child abandonment and ensuring that children receive the care and support they need. According to Ade, the increasing number of abandoned babies in the FCT is alarming. Just yesterday, 2 new cases were reported. This troubling trend is largely due to men abandoning women after getting them pregnant. If you're not prepared to take responsibility for fatherhood, avoid and abstain from unprotected sex, she advised. Additionally, strengthening laws and policies to protect children's rights and prevent child abandonment is crucial. These were the thoughts of the SP of the FCT police headquarters, police of Nigeria in the of Nigeria about the case of abandoned babies. I'm sorry, and we've actually been hearing cases like this back and forth. You know, about children being abandoned in dustbins, bin places, in the gutters and abnormal places. And then she's trying to direct the fact that most of these cases are due to the fact that men abandon women, you know, and that results to the situation. Do you agree with her that it's actually the fault of the men, or it's both parties in this case? Because as a mother and a father that give birth to these children, to these abandoned babies, and it's the women in most cases that abandon these babies. Do you agree with her that men are actually most of the reasons why these cases arise?
Well, in my capacity as a mental shift coach, there's a way I look at things. I believe in the base superstructure analysis. If there is leprosy in the family, you don't discuss the issue of ringworm. If your house is on fire, why are you discussing how we're going to chase rats? Now, one of the critical problems that is affecting and bedeviling us in this country is insincerity. I'm very sorry to say it. That is from the police quarters.
Why do you think
it's
that?
Coming from the police quarters because...
Why do you say insincerity? I'm sorry to cut you short.
Yes.
Why do you say insincerity is one of the problems that's bringing us down as a country?
Now, allow me to explain it in collocation.
Okay, thank you.
Now, that is... She's trying to explain this because of their role, expected role in the society.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Okay.
Now, if you take a walk from this place, go to different spots in Port Harcourt here. I'm sure you heard about the story when the new commissioner of police of Rivers State came in here, wherein 3 ladies were caught at Rumokoro. Yes. What has become of it? I can assure you nothing will happen to those ladies. And it appears that the rank and file has come out to say, if you are a new man in town, come and show us who you are. And they are out on much more audacious, aggressive robbing of the members of the public. I use the word without looking back. Any of our brothers and sisters that belongs to the security agents that have converted their privileged opportunity and, yes, privileged opportunity of holding the rifle, wearing the uniform, to use them to turn against our citizens who they ought to protect. I describe them as government-approved armed robbers.
Oh, Barrister.
That's who they are.
Barrister, quickly, I want to get this right. Are you trying to say that the security agencies are the reasons for these abandoned babies?
No.
I asked you, do you agree with her that the men are the fault for the outcome of these abandoned babies, or it's both parties?
Now, get it right.
You're trying to
yes. What I'm trying to analyze here is to tell you how bad the system has become.
Okay.
Let me make this clear to you. It is not that this trend has not been going on. The issue of the concept of illegitimate child or children. Now, in fact, as a lawyer, I know that the Child Rights Act is in place. We have adopted it in Nigeria. The fulcrum of the Child Rights Act is to eliminate any concept or stigmatization of children who were born in such circumstance. That's what the law came in to do, to remedy. But I can tell you plainly that where we are, it's just like the current economic holocaust. There are abandoned adults. Do you know that most children are not going to school again?
Yes.
The foundation of it is the irresponsible economic policies being churned out on daily basis. Of course, recently you heard that the president went to sign something with France. And I asked, is this man, are we normal? We joke too much here. Don't we have competent companies that can do money here? Look at the oil industry. Don't we have manpower that can refine our crude oil here? It's because Nigerians are so quiet and docile, and we are not taking up action against our majority criminal minded, self-imposed political opportunities in the name of leaders in this country. That's why what is going on is going on. If we are responsible enough, we can hold these our leaders to account and tell them, stop this nonsense. Most of this abandonment you are hearing, the root cause of it is the current economic realities on the ground.
So this abandonment is caused by the
current economic realities.
And
even
not
adults,
by the
no. Even the adult cannot feed. Let me say this to you. Nigerians are dying from avoidable causes as I speak to you.
Barrister, please. Like you said earlier, this child abandonment has been on for a very long time before now.
Yes.
And those periods were times when, in quotes, people could say that the country was fair enough for survival. Yeah. And these situations were on and on during this period.
In fact, you hear of cases.
So I'm trying to get to something. I'm trying to get you to make me understand something. Before now, there has been cases of babies abandonment.
Yes.
During the times where we thought that things were good for people to survive and thriving. And here we are still getting the same thing going on at times where they claim there is hardship. Do you still say that the situation that's been going on in this child abandonment is caused by the government?
The government is chiefly, I would say, the government is chiefly behind it. In fact, most of these things, you will not hear it because the grandparent of these young children who are not responsible enough, you can be grown up, but you are not matured.
Yes.
Do you understand? Most children, they are grown up, they can give birth through the natural process, but they are not responsible. They can't take care of the child.
True.
In most cases, their grandparents will take those children. There are adults today who grew out of such circumstances.
Yes.
They will take care of them.
Yes.
You will even hear of some families that don't have children, they will adopt these children. But even husband and wife, in most cases, two of them, they have lost their jobs.
Okay.
They don't have any means of even...
That's the angle you're trying to drive at.
Yes, to take care of themselves, no way. Talk less of a child that they never budgeted for. And the child will not listen to anybody when he's crying. Because he or she did not bargain to be brought here. They brought him here. As that child is crying, he's raising the question, who are those that brought me here? I didn't sign to come here. Why did you bring me here? You people must take care of me. And when a mother cannot, when she looks left and right and there is no help in sight, do you understand?
She decides to abandon the child.
The only alternative. What is going on now?
So can't you blame an individual for also taking certain decisions in cases like this? Can the individual be blamed for those actions also?
Those who are involved?
Yes.
Of course, let me say this to you. You see, as the economy is shrinking, the painful aspect of it is that it is man-made, it's deliberate.
Okay.
What is between the legs of individuals don't respond to that. Emotion don't respond to that. And like my mentor will say, he says, if you allow what is between your legs to give you direction, you will end up in bad marriage, and it is then you realize that sex is cheap, but the consequences are grave. A lot of people you see, they are not matured enough
to
take care of these kids, and they are not also responsible enough to know the consequences of their action and to tell whatever that is between their legs to keep quiet and stay quiet until he or she attains that level of maturity. And when that happens, like it is now, a lot of people, their mind is shifting towards survival.
Okay.
Not significance.
Okay.
And the moment person wakes up and what is occupying your mind is survival. Then nothing else matters. That's why you can see the political class messing up people. They can give them peanuts. They can even give them 1,000 naira to tell them to kill their loved ones. And so many things are going wrong. I blame the whole thing squarely. Squarely. Yes, she can make such statement. What I was driving at that point, you get to the road. Sometimes I'm in vehicle and I see policemen ordering people. The other day, yesterday was first. I was going to LMA in front of NMPC estate, opposite this Assemblies of God Theological School. The policeman who stopped us, the driver gave him 200 naira, asked him to park. He asked him to bring 500 naira. It was 500 naira that he gave to him. That is the new dimension. He's preparing for Christmas. How can you build family on such faulty foundation? I'm not speaking in this angle as a Christian. I'm talking about moral laws, high grounds. You cannot build family on fraud. Any human enterprise that is built on fraud will never last.
Okay.
And that's exactly where we are. And it's high time our leaders, even like I was telling you about the police, you see them committing what I call robbery. And that is what leading to the high cost of transportation. Because these drivers transfer the aggression to the passengers. Because they are paying at each point, both probable and non-probable. Those who have, correct papers, you can see physical frustration. They will tell you to park and they will keep you there in that dust on that element road for hours. For what?
Thank you,
What
Barrister.
is the authority, the police authority? What are they doing about this?
Thank you, Barrister. So now from your analysis, you're saying that firstly, the government is involved because the economic situation is not sustainable for them, for these individuals to thrive in. And secondly, the individuals involved that cause them to abandon babies are thriving to survive.
Sure.
That is the reason why they abandon babies.
They're just surviving.
Okay.
You'll be surprised that some of these people are actually persons that are supposed to be married.
Okay.
And out of anger, if the lady is abandoned, do you understand? She will tell you, because some men, I call it careless policy, will tell you that unless they sleep with you, unless you have a baby,
yes,
that they will not go into any of this thing. They will cite a very flimsy excuse of what has happened in the past and tell you this is the reason why this has to happen. And you can see the bitterness and frustration and anger on the part of the lady
once
if she is abandoned.
Thank you very much, Barry.